As we begin this hour of Home Talk, the man from the Bayou Land and the host of the show, the Cajun contractor, Michael King.
Hello! That's right, the Cajun man is on a field trip, that's right. I'm broadcasting here at the International Builders Show in Orlando, Florida. Got here a couple of days ago and having a great time. Basically had a chance to interview some great manufacturers and suppliers and some distributors of home improvement products and technology. And I'm proud to say, sometime next week, we're going to start playing some of these interviews. And I'm excited, but I'm here, and the show's kind of winding down now. But got a great show for you, and we sure hope you stay with us for the next 3 hours, where we're going to be interviewing some of the top home improvement industry experts from around the globe. Hello, everyone, right now from the International Building Show, Tim Lane from Decoflame USA. Hey, Tim, how you doing, my friend?
Michael, thanks for having me on this afternoon.
Oh, no problem. We had a great time. I had a chance to talk with you briefly at the International Trade Show. I had a chance to record an interview with you, which we're going to play in the upcoming weeks. But, hey, after I leave here, I got to hop that big bird to the World of Concrete in Las Vegas, and I think you're heading out there. But let's talk about bioethanol technology, and specifically these bioethanol fireplaces. I mean, what is a Decoflame bioethanol fireplace?
Well, Michael, it's actually a great little fireplace, and thank you for mentioning that we were one of the hits of the Builder Show, because it's always nice to pat yourself on the back, and to hear someone else say that, it's wonderful. But a bioethanol fireplace essentially looks like and we have a number of models, but we have models that look like a standard fireplace, all the way to models that look very modern and very unique. And basically, it is fueled by bioethanol fuel, and we'll talk about that later on in the conversation. But they mount on your wall essentially like a flat screen television. And they don't require any outside ventilation. And based on the bioethanol fuel technology that we've developed as a company, they're very safe and they're very economical to operate.
Now, is it considered a green technology? Because, I have a saying on this show, I was green before green was even cool.
Well, that's kind of how we ran into each other last year, because we were one of the, green award winners at the International Builder Show last year. And we are green, and there's a couple of things that are very important. And the most important thing is the purity of the fuel that we use, which burns at 98.5% pure. And that means it's not putting literally anything into the room or the atmosphere. The second part of green technology that it has to meet is efficiency. And that's very, very key to why we believe this fireplace has gained such growing popularity throughout the country and throughout the world, and that is that it burns at about a 95% efficiency rate, certified by Omni, which is a government-recognized organization. And so we are considered, and we have won numerous awards in North America for the fact that we are at the forefront of green technology for bioethanol fireplaces.
Now, does it qualify for any government rebates or anything?
Well, it does, and based on the Omni certification, in fact, it's kind of a shame. Last year it qualified for a 30% rebate, but the Congress has signed, Michael, into law an extension. It's reduced the rebate to 10%, but it's still, that's still a great rebate, and it's still incentive to promote this green technology. So yes, we do qualify. If you were to purchase one of our units from one of our dealers or on one of our online dealers, they would send you this certification so that next year when you file your taxes, you would be able to get this rebate.
Wow. Now, how important is it to have a UL listing, though, in your industry?
Well, it's probably a pretty simple analogy. You would not want to install any type of appliance in your home that wasn't UL approved or listed. And we believe the same way for our wall-mounted fireplaces. And currently, we are the only UL-listed wall-mounted fireplace in North America. And what that covers, Michael, is the fuel, and we talked about the purity level being at 98.5%. It refers to having glass in front of the flame. And, Michael, there's so many bioethanol and other types of fueled fireplaces that have an open flame that don't have glass in front of it. And I know, you're all about safety. It's hard to imagine someone installing one of those in their home, but it happens. But this is what UL is trying to get their hands around, and certainly on the safety factor. And the other thing is that, it has to be able to be extinguished immediately with a damper. And so we've met all this criteria for purity and safety, and I think it's important to have UL listing on an item like this. And right now, this company is the only one being recognized in North America with this UL listing.
Wow. Now, okay, well, hold on right there. I don't have time enough to ask you another question. I'm going to have to take a short break. When we come back, we're going to finish our conversation. And, hey, we're talking to Tim Lane. He's given us a great explanation and background on bioethanol technology, and specifically the bioethanol fireplace. All right, we're going to come back, but with Tim Lane, you can check them out on their website at DecoflameUSA.com. Hey, there's the music right there. Got to step a break here. We invite you to go to HomeTalkUSA.com and check out our sponsors of Home Talk, because without them, there wouldn't be no Cajun Contractor and definitely no Home Talk. So we're going to be right back. I'm the Cajun Contractor, Michael King, and you're listening to Home Talk. Yay! I'm excited. But we're talking to Tim Lane with Decoflame USA, talking about bioethanol fireplaces. So if you want to jump right in, it's 1-800-259-5791. The call is free anywhere in the continental USA. Also, we do take email questions live online. If you have an email question for the Cajun Contractor, it's hometalk1350@yahoo.com. And Home Talk is sponsored, well, this segment of Home Talk is sponsored by Waste King Food Waste Disposal Systems, wasteking.com. Again, we're talking to Tim Lane with Decoflame. Tim was one of the exhibitors at the International Builders Show. Had a chance to get a little interview with him that we're going to play in the upcoming weeks. But, hey, I got him live online right now. And, Tim, just for a break, he was explaining to us how important it is to have a UL listing. Now, is bioethanol fireplaces difficult to install, though?
Well, that was probably one of the most critical questions that the contractors were coming up to us at the show, because, time is money to the contractor. You're a licensed contractor, you know that. I know this may be hard for you to believe. I know you've seen the unit, but literally, if you are capable of using a level, a stud finder, a drill, and a screwdriver, you'd be able to install this in less than 15 minutes. Wow. And it is. It's amazing. And, and basically it requires 3 brackets, 1 horizontal and 2 vertical. So literally you're talking about 4 screws. You literally mount the fireplace. It hangs on this bracket, and there's 2 tie-down screws at the very bottom of the unit, and literally your unit's installed. You don't have to worry about any type of other ventilation. There's no cutting into the wall. There's no cutting into any kind of surfaces whatsoever. So it's truly a contractor and a homeowner's dream because of the simplicity of the installation. And you have a perfectly safe and ready-to-use unit within that 15 to 20-minute time period that it would take you to install it.
Wow. Is it economical to operate, though?
Well, I'm glad that you asked that, because if some of your listeners have gone online and looked at our product, and I know there's been some questions in relationship to the fact that, Deco fuel seems to be a little bit more expensive than some of the other fuels that are out there. Well, there's 2 primary reasons. Number one, this fuel is 98.5% pure versus the 85 to 88% purity of the competition. And what does that mean? When it's more pure, it burns more efficiently. That's why none of these other units have been able to get the Omni approval for the tax rebate. So It may cost 15% more as far as being economical, but it burns at a 25% higher efficiency rate. So in essence, you're operating less. So to put it into dollars and cents, it costs about $1.45 an hour to operate this unit, whereas most of the competitive or other bioethanol units that are in the marketplace, because of the lack of purity of their fuel, it's costing close to $2 an hour and sometimes greater than that to operate this similar unit. So it is extremely economical to operate. And again, it's back to the green technology. It's much greener and much more efficient to operate. So absolutely, Michael, it's a very economical item to operate and certainly very affordable once you make the investment of purchasing the fireplace.
Wow. Now, how much heat does it actually provide, though?
You know, it's funny. People walked up at the show, and we were burning the unit at the show, and they put their hands to the glass, and they go, "Wow, it's not very hot." Well, that's on purpose because we don't want the glass to be too hot. But you put your hands above the glass, and you can feel a very consistent heat. Basically, it puts out about 9,800 BTUs. And to put that into perspective, a space heater puts out about 5,000 BTUs, and lives up to his name. It only heats a very short space. This heat is radiant, and in essence, it could heat up a 10 by 20 foot room in about 45 minutes. The temperature can go anywhere from 4 to 7 to 8 degrees, depending on the insulation qualities of the room itself. So while yes, we're trying to sell the appearance of the unit, it does effectively heat a room.
Wow. Now, well, man, I tell you, time just flies by with you, Tim. It's already finished. But give us a website again, and where can we buy a Decoflame fireplace, and maybe give us your website address.
Okay, well, our website address is decoflameusa.com. And on that site, you'll be able to preview the product, certainly, but we have a zip code identifier. Your listeners can plug in the zip code, and it will get you to the closest dealer or distributor in their area. And if not, we have 3 very, very fine internet hearth distributors that carry our product, and you can find them by Googling Decoflame USA, and it'll direct you to the right website.
Wow. Well, my friend, we definitely want to thank you again. And,
you're welcome.
And for being on the show, and I'm excited to have you guys come on during the year as we continue talking about bioethanol fireplaces, bioethanol technology. It's a technology that's well overdue in the United States, and I want to thank Decoflame USA for bringing it to the States.
Well, thank you, Michael, and thanks again. Like you said, you were green before it was cool to be green. So we appreciate your support and talking about this bioethanol and this green product. We really appreciate it. Thank you for your support.
Well, thank you for the kind words. But that's why I stay on the road, and that's why I traveled over 22 weeks a year at all these trade shows, because I got to go see it myself. I got to go look at it and touch it and feel it and be demoed. And, a lot of times when the Cajun contractor gets in their boots and talk to these manufacturers, I'm on radio. So it's like I'm not my name is there, but my picture's not posted, So the only way I can bring and report technology to my listeners is to go out there and find it. And that's why, I ran across Decoflame, your booth, international show, and past trade shows. So thank you for the kind words. Tim Flame, Decoflame USA. Thank you for being our guest on Home Talk.
You're welcome, Michael. See you soon.
Great. That was Tim Lane with Decoflame USA. Make sure you check out their website at decoflameusa.com. Hey, don't go nowhere. When we come back, we're going to have Tim Stimmers with Full Finish talking about concrete countertop overlay systems. You're listening to Home Talk right here on the Home Improvement Broadcasting Network through our broadcasting partner, the Genesis Communication Radio Network, and all their national radio affiliates. I'm Michael King. This is Home Talk. Yay!